Hearing God can be much simpler than you think. Let's talk about it here on Sunrise with Jesus.
It's time for Sunrise with Jesus. Be sure to follow this podcast on iTunes, Google Play Music, Facebook, and YouTube. And now, be blessed by today's ride.
Good morning and welcome to Sunrise. You know what?
Good morning and welcome to Sunrise with Jesus. I'm Kimani Williams and with us we have Daniel Chen.
Oh, wow. Thanks for having me.
Yes, it's a pleasure. And today's Sunrise with Jesus is about why can't I hear God? You can find this sunrise at sunrisewithjesus.com. How did I do?
So, today's Wednesday, January 10th. And as Kimani, our new host, has said, it's called Why Can't I Hear God? Very, very common question among Christians, among anyone who wants to hear God, even those that are not saved.
Right.
You know, everybody wants to hear God, and somehow nobody has a secret formula. But today we're going to talk again about the simplicity of God, and I really hope it's an encouragement to you.
Right.
So, Kimani, again for the third time straight. You wrote, like you said, it's on the blog, so I encourage everybody to go and read it. But you wrote about why can't I hear God?
Right.
And I can imagine you've had a similar experience where you felt, you know, I think we all have. So explain to us, what was the revelation that God gave you regarding hearing Him?
Right. Well, with this sunrise that I was writing about, I wanted individuals to really check, examine themselves.
Okay.
Because I remember when I was at the place when I was questioning, why is it that I'm not hearing God? Even though I would think that I made some steps, or I'm growing spiritually, but there was some disconnect. So I remember in the past I was saying, God, I just can't hear you. Something is happening. And, just because of God's goodness and His grace and His mercy, He had pointed me in a direction that caused me to start thinking now, what were the scenarios, what were the reasons, what were some of the things that I was doing. And God brought me to the place. You see, God is so mindful. He said in His scripture that if there's any other mind, He's faithful and just to show that to you. And in the midst of this, God showed me where I didn't come to full righteousness, or I never came to that place of making that resolve with God in this situation. I thought that I did. I moved in my heart. My heart wanted to make the resolve, but I never went into it.
Right.
So in my head, I thought that I made the resolve.
Yeah.
But God was saying the fact that I never went all the way to righteousness, making it clear, just being real, just being real about the situation, coming to absolute holiness, and because I never made that resolve, God said I was still there. He was still there waiting for me to make that resolve.
Right.
And I thought that He was moving along, but God was saying the reason why He couldn't hear me, the reason why He couldn't see me, the reason why He couldn't feel me was the fact that I was right at the same place where this situation was.
Exactly.
And I'm waiting on you to make that decision. I'm waiting on you to be righteous. I'm waiting on you to come over into absolute holiness. I'm right there, and I'm not going to say anything to you. I'm not going to show you anything more until you make the right decision. And until I made that turn, until I saw that, I was able to hear God. Because in making that resolve, my heart became pure. Now I was able to see God. Now I was able to hear from Him, because now I made that righteous stand to say, okay, God, I'm going all the way. Whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances, I'm just going to go all the way to you. And because now I made that, as I said, I was able to hear God. Even though I was able to see Him, I was able to feel Him, because I had made that resolve with God.
Wow. So you're saying that God was always there.
Always
That's
there.
something that really stood out to me, that God is going nowhere. He promised us that He would never leave us or forsake us. But in order for us to fellowship, he has certain requirements, he has
Right.
certain standards about himself.
Right.
Like he's not going to ever compromise his standard.
Right.
And it's just for us to meet him where he is. And I don't want anybody to ever feel like God is at a place where we will never get.
Right.
He made the way clear. He said he gave us everything that we need for godliness and
Right.
life. So I just want to encourage anybody. That was awesome. And I really hope it ministered to you. And I really hope you are paying attention, because in the next segment, you're going to have Jenny time. So in this next segment is where you get to exercise your spiritual muscles.
Right.
We're going to present you with a situation, and we want you all to comment and just give us some feedback on how you would address this situation. It puts you in a real life situation and lets you kind of examine yourself. How would I deal with this? Or what is God's heart and mind? So in this next segment, we're going to talk about a similar situation where Jenny can't hear God. Stay tuned.
Well, my name is Jenny. Most people call me Jen, and I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. You know, I go to church every Sunday. I go to Bible study most Tuesday nights. I'm there on the front row, you know, listening, taking my notes and everything. And I just love God. You know, I love being in his presence. I love being able to worship him. I love being able to pray to him. And I love, you know, what it feels like just to know that God is mindful of me. And when I'm in church, you know, that's what I feel. I feel this charge, you know, this energy, this high, you know. But then after church is over, you know, you have to go home. You know, you have to leave those four walls. You can't just live in those four walls. You have to go home. And when you leave those four walls, you have to deal with life. You know, you have to deal with the pressures, and you have to deal with the tests and the trials, and you have to deal with the devil, you know, in your life. And I want to be able, you know, to have that same feeling when I leave church. I want to be able to feel that when I leave church that I'm not by myself, you know, that when I leave church that God is leaving with me, that he's with me, that he's in me. And I come every Sunday. I'm faithful every Sunday because I'm coming and I'm listening and I'm hoping and I'm praying that there's something that I hear that causes me to feel that what I'm trying to feel. And it's so hard for me to even explain it. It's so hard for me to even try to describe it to you, but I don't feel God's presence with me all the time. I don't feel like I'm getting all of him. I don't feel like I have the whole thing. It feels like there's something that I'm missing. It feels like there's something else that needs to be added to me. And I've been going to church. I've been praying. I've been reading my Bible. I've been doing everything that my pastor tell me that I'm supposed to do. So why don't I feel what I'm supposed to feel? Why don't I feel that completeness? I'm sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, but I guess I'll just keep searching, you know, until I find that truth, until I find that wholeness, that completeness. I guess that's what I have to do.
Jenny. All right, guys, so we know this is Jenny time, and we see Jenny being frustrated. She's sad and she's going through. I want everyone this morning to go on over to our chat box, and I want you to tell us, if you had a friend like Jenny, an aunt, somebody who you know, how is it that you would help Jenny? We see that she's going to church over and over and over. It could be that there is something in Jenny's life where she's not agreeing with God, because we know that with agreement comes peace. And if she doesn't have peace, then there could be something that she's just not agreeing with God in her different situations. Because when we know that God is in control, He ordains our steps, He orders our life, He allows situations. And there are times when we might get so upset and frustrated with the situation because we want it to go our way. That may be the case for Jenny. What do you say? What would you say to Jenny to deliver her and to set her free? Go on over to our chat box page this morning and let's find out how we can deliver this soul.
I hope you were listening in the segment before. Good thing is this is a video, so you can always go back and listen to what Kimani said and find the spiritual principles in it that will help Jenny. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today.
Yes.
He's still applying for the job of host. I don't know yet. But he'll get another chance tomorrow. He'll be back tomorrow to share on yet another. I'm telling you, this boy's on a roll. He'll be back for another sunrise, and we hope to see you all tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, so today's sunrise is sponsored by Team Godchild Clothing. Woo! Team Godchild Clothing is a hip new clothing line that is all about just representing Christ, representing God, representing the team Godchild. Team Godchild. And Team Godchild is simply just a group of people that's representing Jesus. Okay. So check it out at teamgodchildclothing.com. Buy a shirt.
Yes.
Get your designs. Check it out, and just let's just rep Team Godchild. So until tomorrow, this has been Daniel and
Kimani.
And we hope to see you again tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Know that we know how to hear God. Let's listen to Him all day. He's always wanting to talk. He's that kind of guy.
Right.
So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
If you enjoyed today's sunrise, continue to rise with us by following our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Sunrise with Jesus. And lastly, visit our website, www.sunrisewithjesus.com. Sunrise with Jesus, as faithful as the sun.